there! Welcome back to my channel. I'm Sydney Kane and I'm a Shenandoah Valley wedding and portrait photographer, and today I'm giving you my best productivity tips. I am a huge productivity nerd. I love being as efficient as possible in every part of my life. As a full-time grad student, college athlete, young adult trying to figure things out, business owner, photographer, everything together, I need to have a good system. After years of practice, I've created a solution that will maximize my time, energy, and output. And today I'm going to share with you my best tips. Tip number 1, build an ideal working environment. We work best when we're in an environment that is conducive to working and learning. So here are my best tips for making that environment. Number 1, get as much natural light as possible. There have been studies upon studies about the effects of natural light on our brains, but basically they make us more aware, they make us more focused, they make us happier, and they get us better sleep, which means you'll be more rested for the next day. So sit next to a window, go into the room of your house that has the most windows, just find that natural light. Next, try to clean up your space before you start working. A cluttered environment leads to a cluttered mind. If you have stuff just hanging around, whether it's papers or folders or whatever, you're going to be thinking about that while you're working. You're going to be looking over, you're going to be either distracted by the things themselves, or you're going to be distracted by the desire to clean up. So clean up before you start working. Have that neat environment. It'll feel a lot better when you're working. You'll get way more done. Next, try to have little to no noise. I know it's hard, but having a quiet environment or where there's the natural hum of people will be the best. If you're constantly being distracted by construction noises, your roommates running around, or anything else, you're not going to be able to work very well. Next, try to sit up straight when you're working. Sit at a chair at your desk or in your kitchen or somewhere else where you can sit up straight. If you lie down on your bed or the couch or anything else, which I know is very tempting when we're working at home, don't do it, because what's happening is when you're lying down or reclining, your body is in relaxed mode and it's thinking that it's time to go to bed. So as you're working, when you're lying down or hunched over, you're actually taking away your productivity. But instead, if you sit up straight, your body will think, hey, it's time to work, stay awake. Try to build this ideal environment at home or at work, but I know it can be difficult, so if you can't, consider going to a local coffee shop or a bakery or somewhere else that you can get that quiet space. Productivity tip number 2, prioritize. When you prioritize what needs to get done for your business, you will be way more productive. I used to be overwhelmed by all the thousands of things I could do. I had written ideas in notebooks, in my agenda, in the notes app on my phone. I had a Google Doc that was like 20 pages long, just filled with ideas. So every morning when I woke up, I would see all of these ideas, get super overwhelmed and not want to get anything done. I'd go get the small tasks that I knew I could, I knew I could get done that day, and I would feel accomplished in the moment. But at the end of every day, I never actually did anything real for my business. I never pushed my business forward. So for about a year, it was just kind of stuck where it was. I wasn't growing, I wasn't getting better, I wasn't improving my client experience because everything was just kind of staying the same. So what I recommend is pulling together all of your ideas and your plans into one space. So I took that Google Doc, I pulled everything into it, and I organized it by what I wanted to do for my business. Once that happened, then I prioritized. What can I do today, this week, this month that will make the biggest impact on my business? What is something that will save me time down the road? Next, the best thing I started doing was planning one day in advance. I bought myself a paper planner, and on the next day I would write down 3 to 5 things from that master list of things I wanted to get done and write them down the next day. So I knew exactly when I woke up in the morning, I would know what I needed to get done that day for my business. By prioritizing what could help my business the most in that moment in time, I was able to get my productivity up by 1,000 times because I was checking off things like nobody's business. Instead of having just ideas everywhere and being flustered and not knowing what to do, I now had a clear plan every single day. Within months, I got almost my entire ideas list done. It was incredible. Not only did I feel more accomplished by the end of it because I actually got everything done, but my business was never doing better. It looked better, it felt better, I had better systems, and I was getting more clients than ever. Writing down these top 3 things every day also helped me create a bit of a work-life balance. I know I'm still not the best of it, I'm still working on that, but it definitely helped. When I finished those tasks for the day, I am done. Sometimes I would get those tasks done by noon, other times by dinner time, depending on the tasks. And sometimes I would get so excited that I'd accidentally just add more tasks on, so I'd work into the night because I was just feeling so good about how much I was getting done. So this will help you create a work-life balance. My next major productivity hack is to batch work. Multitasking is a myth, and we need to bust that myth right now. If you think you are multitasking, you are not. What you are actually doing is task switching. If you were sitting at your computer, answering emails in one tab, listening to a podcast, and working on a project, you may think that you are getting all three of these things done at the same time. Wow, that's so efficient. It's not. What you're actually doing is you are switching your mind from one task to the other rapidly, and that means you are not getting anything done. Because in the 20 seconds it takes for your mind to start thinking about one thing, you are also still thinking about the two other tasks. It actually takes your mind up to 20 minutes to focus on one task, which means if you are constantly switching between three, you're never going to get into that focus state. Each of those three tasks individually might have taken you 20 minutes apiece, but when you're doing them all together, it might take you 2 to 3 hours. Multitasking to me is the same thing as distractions, which you also need to get rid of. When we're distracted by something, often it's a notification on our phone, someone coming to interrupt us, some loud noise, or an email popping up, something else that gets you on your mind. It's going to take you at least 20 minutes to get back into that flow state of work. So here are my best tips to batch work. Number 1, do something with your phone. Turn it off, flip it upside down, put it on silent, put it in another room or out of reach if you need to. Get your phone away from you while you work. The distractions and the allure of social media and notifications are too much for us. Next, turn off the TV. Do not work while you watch TV. I know photographers especially love to edit or answer emails while they're watching TV, and also I know a lot of people like to say that they like to have the noise in the background, it keeps them company. No, play some music, do something else, because if we're looking in between our computer screen and a TV screen, we're cutting that productivity way down. Next, close out all the other tabs on your computer that are not directly related to the task you're doing right now. I know I always love having my email up, I love having, something else up that I'm doing at the moment or I want to do later. No, close all of them out. I know it's hard for me, it's gonna be hard for you. I love having 1,000 tabs up, just shows the inside of my mind what it's like, but no, close them all out so you're not distracted by them. And lastly, my biggest tip is to batch work. So this means doing the same kind of tasks over and over again. As photographers, we tend to bounce between editing and answering emails and traveling and doing research, doing a whole bunch of things. However, every time we bounce between one of these tasks, it takes 20 minutes for our minds to get actually into the task. So how do we combat this? We batch work, and this means doing the same kind of tasks all at the same time. Examples of this could be editing all of your galleries on the same day, or answering all your emails at the same time, or doing all your errands at the same time. It could be writing blog posts, getting into that creative mindset where you can write freely and happily. It could be scheduling out all your social media posts or all of your YouTube videos, for instance. Doing all the same tasks at the same time on the same day will greatly help this productivity because you don't have to get into that mindset of, oh wait, how do I do this task again? Oh wait, how do I do this task again? Doing it all at the same time will really help, I promise. Okay, my next productivity hack is to align activities. So there are some exceptions to multitasking, and this is called alignment. It's when 2 or more activities can actually go well together and you can focus on 2 at the same time. Examples of this are listening to podcasts and doing basically anything else. I know I can't just sit on a couch and listen to a podcast. I have to be doing something else. So this could be driving, it could be cooking, it could be cleaning. These kind of activities, I'm listening to one thing but my hands are doing another. That is called alignment, and you can actually get things done this way. I don't clean or do laundry or do anything unless I'm listening to a podcast. Other examples of this are watching YouTube videos while you cook, it could be going on a walk while you're on the phone with clients, it could be creating voice memos or brainstorming while you're cleaning. Alignment is how I make the most out of normal day-to-day tasks while I can still be working in my business. My next productivity tip is to take breaks. I know this may seem counterintuitive, but trust me, they help. After each of my tasks are done for that day, I get up and do a few different things. Number 1, I drink some water because I'm always dehydrated. I get myself a snack and I do a bit of an exercise. So this could be just walking around my neighborhood, it could be doing squats or abs, it could be stretching my body or meditating or just getting up and moving. I also try to leave my phone behind as much as I can just so I can minimize my screen time because most of my tasks have to do with the computer. But if I really want to, this is the time when I will check social media, when I will check all my notifications because I don't want to be distracted at other times. When we take breaks throughout the workday, we are actually becoming way more productive. Our brains can't focus for more than about 20 to 25 minutes at a time, so we need to be taking breaks so that we can reset every time. A good rule of thumb is to do 25 minutes of work, 5 minutes of break, 25 minutes of work, 5 minutes of break throughout the entire day, and you'll be surprised of how much work you can get done. When we take care of our bodies and our minds, we are way more productive, way more energized, and way more motivated, and you will get so much more done. My last productivity tip for you today is to learn when you're motivated. If you know that you're a morning person, set your biggest tasks for the morning. If you know that you instead are a night owl and work really well late into the night, work at night if your time management allows it. On the flip side, if you know you're super motivated right after you cook a meal or after you go on a run, go do those things and then get to work. Learn yourself, test it out. When are you most motivated throughout the day? Also, be kind to yourself. You're not going to be motivated all day, every day. I consider myself a highly motivated person. I am ready to work every single day. But there are a few days where I wake up and I'm like, today's not the day. If I don't need to get something done that day, and I feel that I will not be motivated if I try to work, I will push those tasks to the next day and give myself an entire day to rest and take breaks. This works really well when you work for yourself, not so well when you work for others, but learning to recognize the signs for when you're motivated that day and when you're not will really help you so that you can align your biggest and most important tasks for when you are motivated and ready to work. You will become way more productive if you align to your own schedule. So that's all the tips I have for you today. If you have a tip of your own that you really like, go ahead and drop it in the comments. There are some things that I've heard about but never tried, like lighting a candle or doing some kind of exact break schedule. I've never done anything like that. So if you have, go ahead and drop it in the comments. I would love to hear about if it works. Also, go ahead and try these tips if you haven't already and let me know how it goes for you. I would love to hear. So thank you so much for watching this video, and go ahead and check out the blog post that goes along with it. Also, be sure to like this video if you like this kind of content and subscribe to my channel so you can get all the notifications for when new videos like this come out. I am so excited to see what you're going to be doing with these tips. Your businesses are going to thrive. And if you're not a business owner, your daily lives are going to thrive. Alright, I'll see you next time.